All right, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. It seems like the racist, white supremacist, triple K, MAGA, right wing constituency is going full blast in North Carolina. I mean, an all out frontal assault. A couple of weeks ago, we had a noose hung in Cary, North Carolina. A couple of days ago or earlier this month, a white man from Carteret County threatened to shoot up a black preschool online, and he was arrested. And now we have this in Statesville, North Carolina. Take a look at this right here. What do you see there? That is what they call an effigy, a symbol of a person. And you see the dark skin on that person. And the sign, it says, you can't hardly see it, but it says, re-elect Doris Allison for city council in Ward 3. Now, who was Doris Allison? This is Doris Allison. Now, she is the first black woman city council woman elected in Statesville, North Carolina. If I'm not mistaken, she was elected in 2017. And this incident, once again, let me show it to you. This was today, and this is September the 15th, where someone put this image over the sign. Now, the person who alerted me to this is a resident of Statesville, and this property was very close to hers. Now, Statesville has a history of racism. Back in 2021, the people were trying to get some Confederate monuments removed. And in that process, a lot of the black residents began receiving those KKK flyers. Now, we've talked about them floating from North Carolina, Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, all of these states with the history of racism. Now, the effigy was taken down, but there are still nooses hanging up in Statesville. And I'm going to show you a couple of these. Now, the person actually sent me these before, about this. She sent me these last week. And these are nooses that are hung in people's yard. Now, if you guys can see it, if you look right by the roof of the car, you can see the noose hanging up from out of the trees. And so there you see one of the nooses. Now, and these are two separate locations. And if you see there, you see the tree trunk and you have the noose hanging up right there. So these are two separate nooses. And it is reported that these nooses are in the yard of Latinos. Some Latino communities have these nooses put up. Now, of course, you know, it was said that the noose that was hung in Cary, North Carolina at the Wendy's was hung by a young Latino girl. So this is evident. They tried to say, well, she didn't know the significance and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But these people have been told, if I'm not mistaken, the individual has went to, I guess, the police, the authorities, and the police have told her that, well, you know, they play with those nooses. Like, you know, I guess, you know, back in the days when you hung a tire around a rope from a tree and you swung in it or whatever you swung, that is, I guess, what they're trying to insinuate. But the thing about that is there's no tire. There's just a singular noose hanging up in a city with a history of racism. Now, that effigy, once again, was taken down. And it was definitely, it seems like a threat to maybe the individual who was reporting these nooses. Now, from what I understand, officers came out, a young black officer who, you know, I think they removed it, and, you know, he asked the individual who reported it, hey, do you know who did it? And of course, you know, the individual was like, no, I don't know who did it. And so we're going to see what the police have to say about it. The police chief, the city council, those photos were sent to members of the NAACP, which, you know, I've, you know, often said that the NAACP is not really effective as it used to be in some of these small towns and even as a whole, because I don't really see, you know, the same fervor, the same efficiency, the same effectiveness that, you know, they once had. What I used to read about, you know, they was on the forefront. The NAACP was like the Jewish ADL. And, you know, every time somebody did something to black people, they were up front and center, you know, with the gloves on. But here you see, you know, these things like this continue to happen in North Carolina and around the nation. As you know, there was a young man found in this position right here in Mississippi, Delta State, Mississippi, Delta State University in Mississippi. And, you know, it was reported that he had 2 broken arms, a broken leg, and was badly beaten and bruised. But yet they say that it was an S word. It was a self-unalivement. And so I think this is a direct mockery to black people. They know what they are doing. It's almost like they're saying, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? We're here. We're doing the same thing. What are you going to do about it? You know, that is what I feel, you know, they're playing, as they say, they're playing right in our faces. So this is a situation that I'm going to keep an eye on out there in Statesville. This was about 2.5 hours from where I live. Those counties out there, those western counties of North Carolina, I mean, they are steep, rife with racial discrimination history. But you wonder why these things continue to happen. As the scripture, John 15:25 says, but this is to fulfill what is written in the scriptures. They hated me without reason. And that is what I think about when, you know, I see all of this hatred that is spewed from white people towards black people for no reason at all. Once again, this goes way back to slavery. We were just hated for no reason at all. So if anybody could tell me why is this continuing to happen? And we all know the scripture, if my people will call by my name, will humble themselves and pray, turn from their wicked ways, seek my face, then I will hear from heaven, and then I will forgive their sins and heal their land. So we definitely have a part to play, but you know, we just still can't let these type of things go on. Shout out to the sister, Miss Allison, and I hope she will, you know, be vigilant and be watchful as she continues to seek re-election. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, peace and blessing. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.